Hey, it's nice to Doughboy checking in from the DPT with TampaMystic and Industry Most Wanted. Check us out.
Keep going pretty, boy.
I go harder than most.
Yeah.
These bars uncut down.
Yeah.
Flow move your soul any way you rappers wanna go. I got the traits of the God.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted. Where we at?
Industry's Most Wanted.
Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. Boom. Listen, we got my homie checking in today. Someone I've known for a long time. Nice to Doughboy. What's going on, family? How you doing?
Man, I've been good, man. How you been?
Listen, I've been doing all right. Allergies are allergying this morning, but it's all good. It's good to see you. Always a pleasure to be in your presence.
Absolutely. I appreciate that.
100%, man. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction of Nice to Doughboy.
Nice to Doughboy, hailing from the DPT. That's Davenport, Iowa, the QC, which is the Quad Cities. If you don't look it up, well, it's been there for a long time.
And you're here to put them on the map for sure.
Yeah, man, just trying to add to it.
Definitely. Let's talk about Davenport, Iowa, because you know, a lot of people may be like, I didn't know that rappers came from Davenport, Iowa, right?
Yeah, man, we got black folks and niggas, you know. So we got don't get it twisted.
No,
man.
that's facts. What was it like growing up for you out there?
It was probably not what most people think, you know, because they see Iowa, they like, man, okay, it's like corn and all these other things, but the eastern part of Iowa, where I was born, it's about like 150 miles from Chicago, right on the border between Iowa and Illinois. So we got a lot of Chicago stuff. We got a lot of St. Louis stuff. When you're 3 hours from either place, well, then you got a lot of different people.
True Midwest.
Man, Midwest, big Army base there. So you got people coming from all types of places. Yeah. So it's like a gumbo pot of, man, a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So, and that's what you get. Sometimes you get out there and you get that good stew. You know? Was
it like small town living, or I mean, is Davenport when you were growing up thriving more as a big city? Yeah,
it's I would say it's a combination of four cities. So you have like different living. I would guess in anybody that would say from the Quad Cities, which is Davenport, Iowa, Rock Island, Illinois, Moline, Illinois, and Bettendorf, Iowa. Those are the four cities, not excluding East Moline and these other places, because the people from there get on me if you said you don't exclude them. But they're included because I lived there. I know real people that stayed there. But no, it was different, man. It was different than a lot of people. You know, when I tell my story, you know, I was raised by pimps and gangsters. Yeah. That's what I seen. You know, it wasn't a lot of other things that I seen. Of course, we had, you know, friends over here playing sports, and that was the best thing that kept me away from a lot of the foolishness. Yeah. When crack and gangs came on the scene, probably like in the late 80s, 90s, you know, we dealt with a lot of Chicago street gangs, invasion of crack cocaine. Yeah. And, I mean, just like the rest of America. So we got it. We got it just like a lot of places got it. Probably not on a scale as, of course, like, you know, Atlanta, Chicago, things like that. But it was a lot of things, and that's a segue to my TV series, QC Times. Check it out. Look for it.
I know that's right. Plug that in. Plug that in. Yeah, man, you got to
look, because, you know, it actually tells a story behind the area. Yes. And where a lot of people came from there, and you know, you'll find out quickly, like, DP stands where we don't play, man. We'll put our hands on you if we have to.
Well, while we're
that's from the boxers. That's from all the boxers.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. WWE. Shout out to the WWE champion, Seth Rollins. You know, he's from Davenport too. So,
okay. Well, while we're on it, let's just dive into it about your TV show. You know what I'm saying? When did you decide this was something that you wanted to dive in and do and get into TV?
Well, I got tired of people asking me, like, man, you know, what y'all do in Iowa? Like, is there black folks in Iowa? Like, yeah, like I said previously, not only black folks, there's some niggas too.
Yeah.
But, you know, and it's some other people, you know. But I grew up on a very diverse block. I mean, we had white people stealing cable, Mexicans selling weed, niggas down there selling crack, you know what I'm saying? All of the same block. But so it was a very diverse living, you know. So I guess for me, it made it better for me to communicate with all types of people.
Understood.
Yeah. So and that's the best thing about it. Just knowing that, learning quickly that we all the same, and it's more of a say classism than more racism.
Listen, that is a excellent point. You are absolutely right. Because in any nationality, ethnicity, there are people who are lower class, you know, white people, trailer trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mexicans might live in, but then there's ones who are middle class, upper class. You know, it's just, listen, our skin might be a different shade or whatever, but in every race, there's different classes of people, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, it is. And that's why you got really just judge people for who they are and just not
their character.
Yes,
facts.
That's what you got to do, man. And I know it's hard because, you know, like I said, it's a different time right now, and there's so much division.
Yes.
But just honestly to know we are all the same. You know, we do a lot of the same thing that we worry about, you know, Latinos worry about.
Yeah.
And some white people too. I mean, we only, it's just people, man. It's just, like you said, it's about the class.
Yes.
And more than it is the race.
No, that is facts. Absolutely. Yeah. I could not agree more. And thank you for diving into that. How long has your TV show been out?
Well, it's not still in production.
Oh, it's still in production. How long has it been in production?
It's been written about a couple years now. We finally just getting into production, which is good because I've been surrounding myself with other stuff, which is something you guys shouldn't do. Focus on one thing at a time and knock that out. But you know, us creative people, we always trying to do a lot, and but that was my advice, you know, to focus on one thing, and that's what I'm prepared to do now. So
I agree with you on what you just said. I want to talk about that a little bit. You know, like we as entrepreneurs, people like you and I tend to be somewhat of a perfectionist. You know, like I want to make sure something is absolutely right before it gets presented to the world. I know a lot of people say you gotta have multiple hustles, you gotta do more, and you're right. But it's like it can be difficult because we don't want to overflow our plate per se. You know, I feel like some things can fall through the cracks if we try to take on too much at one time. So we gotta find that perfect balance.
Yeah, I mean, when I was, you know, younger, I used to, I got the end. I could do all, man. I can do all that. I don't need nobody. I can do that. Wrong. Absolutely wrong, man. The best thing, I want to plug a book actually for anybody that has a problem of trying to always do too much.
Yes.
It's called One Thing.
That's the name of the book. One Thing.
Just focus on one thing, man.
Okay,
and,
that's dope.
I've never really had any type of a thing that had when you try it, you get instant results. And when you start putting these things into your life, you see instant results. And it's just really just about focusing on one thing and having willpower.
Yes.
Yeah, and when to use it, so because you don't have it all the time.
That is facts with anything in life. You know, when it comes to personal stuff, business stuff, health stuff, you know, like the willpower is not always there. So the book is called One Thing. Thank you for putting me on. I hadn't heard about that.
Yes, it's a good, and it's like me, I was always trying to, I'm doing this, that, you know, you say, man, what are you doing? You doing comedy, you doing music, you selling coffee, like, you know, all these things, which
he is the coffee plug, y'all.
Which all these things can do, but, you know, just trying to do them all before you get rich, nah, it doesn't work like that, man.
Right.
You know, now, once you get rich, you could go back and focus on all those things. But focus on one thing. Believe me, I know it's easier said than done for a lot of us, but that would be my best advice to anybody, man. Focus on that one thing and stick to it like a postage stamp until you make it.
I love that. Definitely. Let's go back about 12 years ago when you really started taking music like professionally on a note where like, you know what, this is something I really want to do. What made you decide to dive into music?
Well, it was just something. I had to get a shout out to one of the pioneers. When I first started, I was with a group called Mob Life, or rest in peace, Longy Davis, Ricky Davis's brother. They were signed with No Limit at the time. And they really gave me the inspiration to do a lot of things, because they were people that was from my hometown that actually made it.
Yeah.
So it was just like, that was the inspiration. But I always had music in my heart. I always I was a dancer back in the day. I thought I wanted to be, but yeah, once I got to a certain height, it felt kind of awkward. Be out there flinging my arms and legs.
Yeah.
You need about 12 feet.
That's funny.
but yeah, so yeah, I started drinking the juice, and started perfecting my craft. And then I had met a guy, Free Cuddy Beats, and we was like Dre and Snoop. And he was like, we got the beats. I'm like, I'm finna rap to this then. We didn't have nothing else to do at the time. So that's what we were doing. Unfortunately, the streets took him away.
He was from out here?
No, he was actually from Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas. He's from Texas. Awesome producer. But yeah, he when we separated, it felt like I was just out here by myself.
Right. When you have someone that's kind of like your yin and yang.
Right. So it was different coming to a city. Didn't know a lot of different people. I had a lot of different industry plugs, but not like the people not like the guy that was getting you motivated when he makes these tracks and different things like that. And so that was different. So I was trying to find my way, just like a lot of other up and coming artists that was coming in.
Understood.
Yeah.
Throughout your journey, you put out a project called Truth Serum. Came out in 2021, consisted of 11 tracks.
Late project.
Let's talk about that a little bit. What made you decide 2021 it was time to put that particular project out, and tell us about Truth Serum, what it means to you.
Well, it meant a lot to me. There's still some tracks on it that was unreleased. Because about 2018, my life changed. I was involved in a domestic dispute with my kid's daughter, my mother's, my daughters, and it was different because being out here by myself, didn't know really a lot was going on, and I didn't know anything about Clayton County.
Yeah. You learn quick, huh?
They teach you quick, and my homies used to tell me, they used to say, man, you don't want to be out in Clayton County. I was like, man, I don't do shit.
Right.
I ain't worried about fucking police and shit. Never seen the police till they came to my house.
Man.
And unfortunately, you can't, in Georgia, you cannot, which I didn't know, if someone has the possession of your keys, even though it's your car in your name, you cannot take the keys from them.
What?
Yes.
So if you try to snatch your keys back, that's...
If she has possession of the keys, this is per Clayton County, and they told me, hey, I had what I think it was called theft of my own keys. I don't understand that. Yes, that's what I got charged with. The crazy thing about it was not just getting charged with some bullshit like that, but they was like, at the time, I don't know how Clayton County worked.
Yeah.
They was already backed up for 2 years in court. So
like most places, 2 to 4 years is crazy.
So I bond out because I go to jail. Because they say, Clayton County come out here, somebody got to go to jail. I said, well, it ain't me. And they said, shit. Took me to jail. Fuck them. But, anyway, it wasn't the fact of that. I had to wait so long to prove my innocence.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
So, it was crazy. They did not want to throw the case out. It was all bullshit. I had to go and call them. This is now, fast forward, 2022.
Yeah.
This case was in 2017. So it was like I bonded out with a crazy bond because I still lived in Illinois at the time, and they was like, oh, we don't know what you're gonna do, and you got a previous felony
Thinking
and all
you're a flight risk or something.
so all this, so they were like, man, we'll get this high ass bond. So all those time it was like, man, I'm out on bond, but it's really like on probation, because you can't do shit.
Right.
Like I literally had to call these people in 2022 and tell them like, can I go to fucking court, bro? Can I get my life back?
Yeah, what's going on?
Like, what's going on? So I couldn't really do what how am I, I have a probation officer or whatever I had to report to, so how the hell am I supposed to be out here doing me when you got eyes everywhere on your Facebook, your Instagram? You're not supposed to be around alcohol. You're not supposed to be around marijuana.
All of that because you took your keys back?
They called it some type of domestic shit. I don't know what it's family violence. That's what they call it.
Let me ask you this just real quickly. Do you think if you were a woman and did that to another woman, it would have been as harsh? Honestly.
I think it was a lot of different optics that was involved,
yeah.
And like I said, when it happened, I didn't think it was. I was trying to leave.
Yeah.
I was upset. We had an argument. I was trying to take my keys and leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, a responsible person. You know what I'm saying? No, she didn't want to give me the keys, so I snatched my keys. Called the police. The police was like, no, you can't do that. And because I left and then come back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was like, that's the only thing they could do was put a warrant out and believe what she said. So yeah, so it fucked with me because it was just like I can't really do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it was just like, how am I could be me? So music had stopped for me at the time because I was trying to focus on my life.
Yeah. Understood.
Best thing about all that was therapy.
Yeah.
Take it.
I'm a big advocate for it.
I'm a big advocate for therapy too. We all need it. We go through a lot of things that, if we was a different color, we'd probably be diagnosed with PTSD for a lot of shit.
Mental
Just
health.
trying to get home. But yeah, man, and it was the best thing that happened for me.
Yeah.
Changed my way of life of thinking about a lot of different things, and just with people in general.
Yeah.
Not just knowing your own personal red flags and things like that, but understanding who people are and what type of person they are.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Yes.
And because when you've been healed and been through therapy, you can tell immediately when someone is not and hasn't been through those things.
Man.
And yes, it's hard to tell, especially like someone, an ex or something like that, because we have a better relationship now.
That's beautiful. I love it.
But it's hard to tell them at that time, like, dude, you need to get help.
Yeah. No, you're right, because a lot of people are in denial of it.
Yeah. And I know we're getting away from music.
No, please.
But anytime I get a chance to drop some knowledge on things like that, because mental health is definitely it runs rampant in our neighborhoods, and we need to get a handle on it, and we need to definitely let men know that it's all right to talk to people. It's all right to get help.
Yes.
Don't be ashamed of that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We deal with a lot of stuff, bro. It's good to talk to people, and not just the people that's gonna, say, hey, that's gonna agree with you and say, hey, do all that when you're talking about your exes, but the people that's gonna hold you accountable for all the stuff. And shout out to my sister Shamika, man. She was the one that did that for me. And
listen,
yeah.
I appreciate you being so transparent, because it needs to be talked about.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people, we all go through stuff.
Absolutely.
We're all human. We're all, none of us are, we're imperfect. I get anxiety, and I talk about it a lot only because I want people to know that, hey, I'm human too. It's okay to talk about it. Like you said, it's okay to go talk to somebody, get therapy. A lot of men don't want to do it because they think that they're too prideful.
Oh, it's not cool. It's not the thing to do.
Exactly. So, no, I'm super grateful. I appreciate you being so transparent about that.
We got to break all them generational curses.
We have to break the cycle and the curses. It's so important. So, if there's anybody out there that feels like you're going through something, I talked to my doctor about it because I told him I was experiencing anxiety. And I said, I don't even know where it's coming from. And he told me to start journaling, to start there. And I did, and that really helped because I was able to pour my feelings and emotions out into a personal journal of mine.
What the thing for me was the thought of the potential of me doing generational damage to people's lives. So, and when you think about it in a broad aspect of like, if me and this girl couldn't get along, but all the things that we're doing are hurting her kids, her daughter sees, and it comes like it's monkey see, monkey do.
Yes.
Like if you show anybody this is how the way you communicate, they're going to start communicating like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then she does the same thing to her daughter.
Yeah.
Her daughter does the same thing to her daughter, and it keeps going on until somebody breaks the cycle. And if it doesn't, I mean, this is what we have, and I never will want to be a part of something like that.
Absolutely, I agree.
So and I know when people, especially men, because men get depressed, all the time. The thing is with men, their depression quickly turns to anger. So it's just like you have to talk about it. You have to talk to people, and the worst thing that I hate about this whole nother subject, because there's so many sensitive ass people out here.
Yes.
And and when I say this, it's just crazy. And the worst thing that you could do is give these sensitive ass thugs some guns, because they're gonna shoot the fuck out somebody.
Without even thinking about it.
Without even thinking about it, and it all starts because we gotta check our mental, man, because it's out of control. It's a lot of things that, it's a whole pot of stuff that, just makes it tough for a lot of us.
Yes.
But don't ever think that you can't talk to people and that it's not cool to talk to people, man. Like, this music stuff and this whatever, it's cool. Always focus on your mental, man, because once you lose that, there's nothing else.
Absolutely.
There's nothing else.
Would you say that being a creator of music, because you're an artist that doesn't box yourself in, like you are just a super broad artist, and I love that because I think it's important that we don't box ourselves in. Would you say being that you create music is like a form of therapy for you as well?
Well, yeah, I mean, and it goes with age. Like, getting older, I my music kind of changes.
Yeah.
I want to, as I definitely want, as the industry changes, be able to adapt to whatever that is.
Yeah.
But more about, for me, it's more about making inspirational music for people that can, make their lives better.
Yes.
And like I said, we have so much power and so much influence doing this stuff. People see it, kids all across the world. We just got to do the right thing when we do,
Definitely.
Like what are we gonna do with it? What are we doing with this power? Are we making our communities better? And that's when you got to think about all the other things of music that you're trying to do.
Absolutely, because when you're a music artist, no matter what level you're at, if you're just starting out or if you're at a Drake or a Wayne level, people are looking up to you. People are listening to your music. And far too often, I see the people who are in higher positions ending up in bad situations. They're getting incarcerated because of, maybe there's gang activity, or they're losing their life to overdosing. Artists, you have to stop projecting that because it's not cool.
Yeah, man, because you don't want to be out here thinking like the kids, like one of the kids, like, man, I wanted to be a rapper, but shit, I don't want to get shot or go to jail.
Yeah,
like. And then I still want to keep my manhood. See, all these things is getting thrown out.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot. But as we also know, what you might not do, some people will.
Yes.
So you gotta know where you're going to say, where you're going to draw the line as far as where you want to be. Are you doing this for? And a lot of things like that, because as writers, man, the minute we all going to be out of job with this whole technology AI stuff.
It's bad
coming.
out here. Yeah,
it's coming.
It's coming. Let's talk about
figure out something else to do.
Absolutely, because AI is taking a lot of people out of their position. Sadly, it's good on some aspects, but it's not when it's taking away people's money and taking their jobs away. I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Tell us about the record Traits of the Goats.
So Traits of the Goat, it came together for me, just like it's like a gumbo pot. It's like for me, it's like if you ask artists like who is some of your inspirations and things like that, or where do you, he's like, oh, I might have a little bit of, Big or a little bit of Pac or a little Jay or Wayne, whoever it is, Scarface. So for me, I listen to everybody. That's the beauty of growing up in the Midwest. We listen to everybody.
Kind of right there in the middle.
Yeah. We listen to everybody. You can have in one household one brother that loved East Coast music and one that loved West Coast music. So it's just always a little split like that. But no, man, it's Traits of the Goat for me was just like talking about some of my goats. Yeah. Everybody can have a different goat, whoever it is.
Sure.
Who's your greatest of all time? We could name out a lot of different people. So in anything, trying to be creative with it, and was just like, I thought putting it together was pretty dope as far as using some of my goats and some of their albums and some of their quotes and some of those things like that, and creatively putting it on the track. So.
Do you think you'll turn that into an actual brand, Traits of the Goat? Like that would be, I think that's a brand that people would wear.
Yeah, and it,
and have like a goat on there.
Yeah, hey look, and I might have to give you credit for that later. That's a good idea, but yeah, just not. Hey man, I try now to not get caught up with, because I want to do everything.
Understood.
And it's just me, and it's just like an overload. So it's like so much stuff. Writing this TV series, writing this, writing that. It's just like, man. And every time I talk to my girl, she'll be like, "You're trying to do too much."
The women are going to keep you in check.
You try to do too much.
Shout out to her, because the women will keep you in check.
Yeah, they definitely do that. Get you a good one. They definitely put the check down.
Nah, facts. Do you think at any point in time, because you are so diverse with your music, do you think you'll want to tap into like other genres outside of the hip hop realm? I'm talking country, I'm talking rock, I'm talking pop.
Well, I actually have a lot of different songs, even gospel.
Okay, I love it.
So it's just for me, non-genre. I mean, just the track, and being able to just listen to so many different artists. Let me get a shout out to Miss Julia Beverly.
Shout out to Julia Beverly.
Julia Beverly.
She's one of the goats for sure. For
sure, one of the goats. Murder Dog magazine also, but Ozone, where I was a writer, a street rap for them, and just seeing how she moved and a lot of those things. That was one of the things that I liked about that, but that was kind of another inspiration. Meeting all the, because I was meeting a lot of artists, sure, and I was like, this is one way in to the industry. Yeah. If I had to go this way, so I've been bred for this shit for a long time. So, and for me now, it's just more of giving that knowledge to other people, man. Yeah. And then that in way, it shows me that none of my time doing this was in vain. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And that's important to me.
You're paying it forward.
Oh, yeah.
You're paying it forward. And, something that my OG, shout out to Bigger Rankin, always says is, We don't get none of our blessings from no man. We get them from God. So God sees everything we do because we're all God's children. As long as you believe, make sure you got your faith. You know what I'm saying? He sees what you're doing. And that's why you've been able to sustain in this business. It's bigger than the fact that you're a hardworking artist. It's the fact that you got God on your side too. Just like your nephew, Black Timber.
Right.
You know, you're out here just really going hard for him. And I said it off camera, I'll say it on camera. That speaks a lot about your character, not just as an artist, but as a man. You're able to keep that pride out of the situation and say, you know what, I can help someone else, family or not. And I love that about you.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, he got talent.
He's so talented.
If he had talent, that might be different.
Of course. You can't
shout out to Black Timber.
You can't uplift a turd and make them into a superstar.
It'd be less attention if he wasn't with that, because I have so much thing that I'm doing.
Understood.
So, time is very valuable, but definitely a dope artist. Y'all check him out, Black Timber. Man, he's gonna be making a lot of, and he's definitely non-genre. He's got an awesome voice, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you next, man? We wrapping and we going into the last quarter of 2024, man. What's next for you?
Oh man, I'm actually just trying to put this project out right now because and be consistent with just being in, or you got to be out, because once you're halfway in, it just never works, and that's another thing. If you're in, you have to be all the way in, or if you're out, just be out, bro. And what I mean in that is just, you can't care about what nobody's going to think, or any of those things, because all it does is it just slows down your road to success, bro. Just go do it.
Yeah.
And it's simple as that. Because everybody's dream, man, like I said, I know we all have different ones, but it was given to you. So, nobody's going to see it more clearly than you. So just shout out to everybody that's still aspiring. Keep your dreams alive, man. Follow your heart.
And stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Yeah. That's a dream killer right there. Because people like, well, how come he made it in 2 years and I've been doing it for 8? We gotta, everybody's journey's different. Like you said, we were all given our own individual dream, our own path. One of the last things I do want to ask you, you've been doing this for a long time. What do you feel like Nice the Doughboy's purpose is through music?
It's definitely to give people that grew up similar to how I grew up, small town, man, that those dreams can happen, man. It's follow your heart, and yes, it might get, the road to the journey might be lonely. Most of the time it is, until you come back, but don't give up, man. Don't give up, because long as you feel and you're passionate about what you're doing, it'll happen for you. So,
period. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes.
We can anticipate the TV series coming soon.
Oh, yes.
Tell everybody one more time the title of it.
QC Times.
QC Times.
QC Times. And it's fitting, because it's just like, it's going to be a lot of little snippets of times in the QC. So check it out. In niceworldentertainment.com. You can go check it out. It has a lot of stuff talking about a few series that's on there. So check out my website. It has a lot of content on there.
When can we anticipate approximately the first episode to release?
Next summer.
Okay.
Next summer.
Dope.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. People don't understand different series. I like BMF. I watch Bel Air. People are like, how come it only once a year? You know how long it takes in production to film? Then it's got to go to post-production to get the audio right. It's a lot of work. Yeah, and
it's like, when you're dealing with different elements, and and you're pretty much financing it yourself. So it's a little different. But we're going to make it happen, and I think it's just going to be something good to see, because, it's about time.
I'm super proud of you. I've known you
appreciate
for a long time. Like, we go back to the Highly Unique radio days. He used to be my coffee supplier.
Hey, I got that liquid crack.
And it was probably like the best coffee I've ever had. And I'm not saying that because you're sitting in my face. It was just amazing. And I'm proud of you because I've really seen you elevate, rise above. You're not letting anything hold you back.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, that's a lot to be proud of, for sure.
Yes. You know, I'm proud of you too, man. I've seen the come up, man. I see the OG. And it's a good platform for, you know, definitely all up and coming artists, all artists that want to get, you know, placement and, you know, getting your stuff out here.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate that.
And I appreciate you just really staying and tapped in with me over the years. It means a lot. Because honestly, without artists like you, I wouldn't be able to do this. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you. I know you gave out your website. Tell everybody one more time the website and your socials where people can keep up with you.
NiceWorldEntertainment.com. NiceWorldENT.com. That has links to everything, but Nice NWE Doughboy on Instagram, Darnell Clifton Show on Instagram, the Nice World Entertainment everywhere.
Yeah.
Go to my website. I like getting website traffic, you know. So
listen, it's
talk about everything on there.
It's one of the most important things that an artist can do is have your own domain, man, because we don't own our Instagram. We're basically renting real estate from Meta.
Absolutely.
We don't own our Facebook. They can snatch it away. So having a website is major key. You own probably multiple. I own multiple. It's important. Right. Definitely. I know you got a lot of people that love you, man. Who do you want to shout out to or just give thanks to for supporting you?
Oh, man, shout out to my family, man, for putting up with me, man. Just being away and not doing, you know, all the time on the road and doing these things, and you know, man, it's like I said, you have to have a good team of people, man. Shout out to them first. Shout out to definitely the Almighty God for just giving me all the tools that I need to succeed. So, man, shout out to myself, man, for realizing that and just, you know, putting it to use, man. Shout out to everybody that's been a part of my projects. Like I said, working with me. So it's been a pleasure with this journey as far as seeing so many different things. It definitely helped me to, you know, for my latter part of my life now, you know, and what I want to do. So
I love it. I got one last question. We got Nice to Doughboy checking in. Where we at?
Industries.
Big Industries, most wanted, not the little one.
Not the little one.
Not the little one. Tell everybody what makes you the industry's most wanted.
And just being a non-genre guy, man, like, and being able to reach all types of you know, individuals, man, with all types of music. Like, what do you want? Go to my website, man. We got wherever you want, however you feeling. Be like, man, you want it from pop? You want some gospel? God is good all the time. Shout out, you know. So, hey, whatever moves you, you know. I'm here to entertain by music, film. So that's what I do.
I love it. Well, thank you for being here. Give me some love.
Oh, man. Yeah, for sure, man.
Boom.
Appreciate it. It's my
We up out of here, y'all.
Flow move your soul anywhere you rappers wanna go. I got the traits of the God. I go harder than most.